Hello, everybody, all three of you. Woohoo! I'm Fujit, and this is PYS number 5, the group stages here on the EU server. And it looks like my webcam is out of sync again. No, maybe not. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we are following Serenity. Yes, we are. And let's have just a quick view of the leaderboard, actually. Let's have a quick gander at that leaderboard. Serenity are currently in second place, so I mean they're pretty safe. So I don't think they're going to have too many troubles. They're going out on the hour. They are, I don't know what group they're in. I've forgotten. To be honest with you, they are going out in Group 1. I believe we are following La Besalaka. I don't know what that means. I'm not very good at other languages. They're going out against Tess on Black Goldville with the decider on Fort Despair. So let's have a quick overview of Black Goldville. What can we expect to see? Where is Black Goldville? Do I have it? I bet I don't have it. Oh, I do. There it is. Let's have a quick look at Black Goldville. What can we expect to see tonight? Well, it all depends. I mean, they have lots of different strats, to be perfectly honest with you. So what we're going to do, we're going to get up high. We always start on this spawn because... So this is Black Goldville. Big, quite an open map, quite a lot of bumps and stuff to get behind. What you generally find is that they will send one tank. Sometimes it's a light, sometimes it's a medium, but I also see them sending IS-4s to this spot here to get the spots. Why? Is because anything moving around that way to the C cap, you will spot it up. Anything hiding there, looking to get into the B cap or even reset the B cap, you will spot up. And sometimes anything traversing along this route here, you will spot up as well, especially if you have a Vickers. So moving back out, they will normally send, if they are minded to, a medium tank up around this area, not generally into the caves, but around near the caves, just to spot that A cap, see if anything's there. And they'll keep some of their heavies like E5s just a little bit back down here, just to push where necessary and react where they can, either to the A cap or the B cap. Some clans, they will stick a Cran Wagon or something similar here just to get that reset, and if they're feeling really aggressive, they may even put an IS-4 behind this rock. Recently, we've been seeing a lot of C cap strategies where they send their heavy tanks along this route, probably peel one off to around this position with the rest up into the corner to put pressure on. They can cap, sometimes they even send a light there on its own with the heavies just hanging back, because they can cap it and then move back and wait for the other team to move in and get some good positions to bunker down. From the other spawn, well, I showed you the one position. They can also do a similar C strat. They can also put a Cran Wagon or something similar around either this position or just back into this position. They can also, if they want to be super aggressive, stick an IS-4 here behind these rocks to put pressure on that B cap. There's no similar E5 type position, so they generally hang around here. Again, they're able to then make a headway down this route here, either down towards the B cap or over the top towards the B cap or up towards the A cap. And again, they like to send their mediums out wide first, although some do send it aggressively into the A cap. 9 times out of 10, the brawl area is around this part here and between B and C. But it all depends because they do have multiple strats for these maps. Having a quick look now at the decider, which is Fort Despair. So Fort Despair, have I got that one? Yes, we have. So Fort Despair, well, it's a long-running map, one of the older maps. Not really a clan war favourite, I don't think. I think it's a bit... I think they like it a bit more than, let's say, Castilla, or as I call it, Campstilla. So what are we likely to see on this map? Well, we're likely to see, unlike we saw on Black Gold, more of the likes of Super Heavies, E100s and Mouses. Some teams like to send heavies or even mediums and light, well, or even mediums and lights up into this corner from both sides, both spawns. That way they get to spot anything that's going this way towards that B cap and anything down this line. They also like to send a tank like a Vickers or even a Cran Wagon to this position here. Why the Crown Wagon? Well, the Vickers, firstly, because it's got a good view range. You can see virtually anything over that side of the map. Crown Wagon, because it's absolutely awesome haul down. Same from the other spawn, the other spot, if you're coming from the other spawn, Crown Wagon or Vickers, going to around this bush for the similar reasons. I mentioned Mouses and E100. Well, from this spawn, you may get one side scraping off here, looking to push into the B cap. From the other spawn, it's got a similar position to side scrape off here to push into the C cap. Some clans like to take 2 super heavies, and if that's the case, then you'll get them seeing be a bit more aggressive in pushing into that B cap. They don't miss out on the C cap. Sometimes they can go for a full C strat. If that's the case, they sometimes put tanks into these little alcove positions. That way they can get resets on the cap. Also, they can get spots over that side of the map. They can do it from either of those. If they do go C-strat, well, it depends. If they're going to be aggressive, they may send an IS-4 or something similar in, cap it, back out, side scrape off here, just in case anything is around the corner. From the other side, well, you've got basically the similar positions in the alcoves here, again, for those spots and those resets. Not as easy as the other side to cap, because you've got this open exposed area here, but it's a lot, and it's a bit longer to get in. It's not as open as exposed as this one, because when you come through this one, you can see there you are exposed from anything sitting there. On this one, it's a lot harder. I mean, you've got to get across, and if you see, I mean, it's not the same because that building's in the way. But when you get to here, you are exposed. But so the idea is to get a fast cap and then move out again and rotate back round. Depends, because they can be passive, they can be aggressive, they can be super aggressive, or they can be defensive. 9 times out of 10, the brawl area is around here. To be honest with you, it all normally circulates around the B cap, but it depends on the strat again, and we just won't know. We'll get a better idea of what they're likely to do with their meta selection. That is their tanks. But we won't know just yet. We have the room open, so we're going to accept it. We're going to ready up, and we're just going to jump back out again for a moment. Excuse me. Yeah, my clan is out tonight, so they're trying to obviously crawl their way back into the competition. MM is not being pleasing for them, let's say. I'm not the only one streaming, but I'm the only one listed. The reason I say that, if we go down to this one, go into here, go on to streams, only my stream is listed, but every good name, or every, is also streaming tonight, is my understanding, and he should be going out with, let me have a look, because I've completely forgotten. He is going out with BPS Dash. That is the rebranded Aqua, basically. And they are riding in 3rd place. They're Gravitas, BPS Gravitas. They're currently 3rd place in the table. Let's jump in the room and let's have a look what we've got. I don't know Tess, so I'll have to look at them in a moment. Serenity I do know, and we have Flytix in an E5, Pipu Dog in an IS4, Pipu Jail in a Vickers, Pipu Plat, as in Pipu Platinum in an Object 260. Potentially Spitfires in a Kranwagen, Days in an E5, Alpha potentially in a Kranwagen. Moving over to Tess, we've got Chris, Chris Ta Jr. I'm going to call you Chris if you don't mind, in an E5. We have Gravity Striker in an E5, King Fire Death in an E5, Kiss My Talent, what a great name, Kiss My Talent, also in an E5. Math, I'm just going to call you Math in a Vickers. Seb the French, I believe, is that? I would assume so, with the FR. I don't know though, I'm going to call you Seb, just in case I get it wrong, in an E5, and Boxer in an E5 also. So a lot of E5s, except the Vickers. There's 6 E5s, clearly going for the every strat mobility there. I'm going to be interested to see where they send that. Pipu Plat at the moment, it's not Platoon, it's just Pipu Plat, as in Platinum. I got it right this time. Everybody pat me on the back. I'll pat myself on the back. Well done me. Because he does get upset. Because I keep forgetting. I keep calling him Pipu Platoon, and it's just completely and utterly wrong. He's potentially an IS-4, but we don't know yet. There he is, he's an IS-4. So, typical, I would say, traditional meta for Serenity there. Vickers Light and a Kranwagen, brace of E5s and 2 IS-4s. So that gives them a lot of flexibility with strats, to be honest with you, in what we saw in the overview. The E5s, well, there are 6 of them. That doesn't give you so many options. It certainly doesn't give you dominance on the C-cap. Well, it does and it doesn't. I mean, the E5 is not a great tank when it's not hauled down. This is Clan Wars, and 9 times out of 10 they will be using premium ammunition just to make sure that they get those pens going in. These guys on the Serenity side, well, on both sides, I mean, they're at the top level of the game, so penetration and aiming isn't normally their downside. But what is their downside is missing shots, bouncing shots, and not penning shots at this level is the difference between winning and losing. Seriously, it really boils down to something that simple. Anyway, we're set to kick off here. Serenity against Tess. I'm not going to lie, Tess are going to have an interesting time with this one. Serenity are second in the table, below Endgame, so they've been playing incredibly well. My ping is going through the roof again, sorry about that, which affects everything. Looking at the hit points, wow, Serenity are just topping it there because they've got those IS-4s. Anyway, let's get up into the back of the map. Now, as you can see, Serenity are already taking those E5s to the C-cap. Peepoo Jail is going to be moving his Vickers Light to the position I showed you. The Kranwagen of Spitfires will overview the B-cap. Peepoo Dog and Peepoo Plat are also heading towards that B-cap, with the entirety of Tess heading up north to the A-cap. So Peepoo Dog and Peepoo Plat with their IS-4s, considering that there's a lot of E5s, they've decided to jump straight into the B-cap and the C-cap Serenity here. Generally what's happened there is Serenity has looked at the team lineup and thought, wow, I don't believe they're going to go to C, and I don't believe they're going to go to B because they're in E5s. Chances are they're all going to go to A, so that will give us free real estate. Serenity now have, in fairness, control of the map. Matthew and the Vickers there trying to get the spots. He went a bit too high, but bless him, for what we normally see with these type of strats. But, you know, Tess have got a strat. They probably worked on it, and, you know, you can't knock it. It's opening ambits of the game. But you can see here already, Serenity pulling away with those base points up to 100 now. So Tess have got to rotate their tanks back round and find a way to penetrate the defense now of Serenity. The Gravity Striker in the E5 is trying to move around here. Kiss My Talent is going to come with him. The other E5s of Seb and King Fire Death is coming down as well. Boxer is getting a bit of a pummeling here by the IS-4s of Peepoo Plat and Peepoo Dog. He hasn't lost many hit points. I mean, I think they've been firing HE more than anything. Math there in the Vickers Light still trying to get those spots as those E5s rotate round. But now they're going to be spotted by Peepoo Dog. And the problem now is they've got Flytix over here overlooking that C-cap. As I explained, he can sit there quite nicely. He has got the support from Alpha and Daze, who can always rotate back in. Peepoo Jail there getting a bit of a blooded nose. That came in from Math. So, as I say, at the moment, control of the map is firmly in Serenity's hands. And it looks like the E5s of Tess are going to do a double push here towards B and C at the same time. Although, no. Kister Jr. is going to be moving upwards, and so is King Fired F. That's probably a wise move. It's better to send all your tanks, but Gravity Striker is very low. King Fired F is also getting smacked around a bit. He's being tracked. Gravity Striker has got to be very careful here because he will be focused. And you can see Peepoo Dog is now coming in, trying to get around the back. Good shot into Alpha. They're going to push onto Flytix, which isn't a bad idea, but they're splitting the team here. Seb going the other way, and it's all over. Points on the board, and it went to Serenity. Tess here, I mean, they're good players. Don't get me wrong. If we look at their win rates, they're very good players. You know, it's not like they're not. But they're probably not used to Clan Wars at this level against these type of opponents. This would be a good learning curve for them, to be honest with you, to see how positioning and, you know, trying to get the map and dominate that control of the map really is crucial. So we're now going to swap those spawn points. Serenity now on the north spawn, Tess on the south spawn. Looks like Tess are going to keep with their meta lineup. I hope they throw the strats around a little bit. Don't just all go to the same cap, but try to cover those caps. Try to prevent Serenity getting that advantage there. Serenity just still picking their meta. They're probably looking to try and do a bit of sort of diversity here. That's what it certainly looks like, although we've got Flytix in a Cranwagen, Peepoo Dog in a Mouse, Peepoo Jail coming in now in a Vickers Light, Peepoo Plat in a 260, Spitfires in a 260, Days in a Cranwagen, and Alpha in a Cranwagen. So there is a super heavy on the map there. That is basically Peepoo Dog. I think Serenity are just looking to have a little bit of fun, testing out some meta with regards to the 260. I'm not fully convinced it is a tournament tank at the moment, but not being at the level of the game that these guys are at, what would I know? I mean, I only know it from a player's perspective. But I just don't. I think there are you know, if there's there's E5s, and the E5 serves a similar job to the 260. To be honest with you, oh, Peepoo Jail, he's going to take a Death Star. So yeah, they're just having a bit of fun, bless them. A lot of people think it's because they're sort of devaluing the other side. Oh look, Tournament Arca, excuse me, is rotated in and jumped into an IS-4. So a little bit of variation there for Tess as well. Hit points, wow, again goes to Serenity. Those E5s really, I mean, this time it's the mouse that adds it. So anyway, let's get up high into the back of the map and see what's going to go down this time. No lights this time, no Vickers, and this time Tess look like they're going for a full-on C-strat with the IS-4. All the Vickers of Mathy are going to go to the overlook spot, and Tournament Arca is probably going to go to the boulder initially. I don't think he's going to jump straight in. He's got to be careful because Peepoo Jail's there on 183. Flytix is there. Oh, and Tournament Arca is making a mistake, and he is going to be wide open to a lot of smacking. And you saw there his hit points being whittled down a little bit. Over on this side, wow, Alpha is just holding back. Spitfires and Peepoo Plat. Wow, Peepoo Plats they're both in 260s, and 260s they can have really dodgy armor. They haven't got the T22 style of armor. Peepoo Plat here is going to be bullied into submission, and there he goes, out for the count. Now they can push on to Flytix. Spitfires is trying to get around the King of Fire Death, and he puts a shot in and moves away. Alpha and Flytix looking worse for wear here. Unfortunate, Tournament Arca went down. We didn't see that because I was too busy looking at this. Now we've got Peepoo Dog in the mouse coming in to give Coda Lion a bit of a hard time. But Alpha now is looking worse for wear. Spitfires is still very healthy though. Peepoo Dog coming in, just protecting Alpha. That's a beautiful little move. Oof! Down goes, oh dearie me, Alpha that was, in the E5, taking down poor King Fire Death. Kiss My Talent, I mean, Seb's going to go down here, bless him. And King Fire, and Kiss My Talent is going to take Alpha, but Spitfires is just putting those HE rolls into his back. Let's just leave that for the moment. Let's get round here. So Days is tussling with the Vickers. Seb is going to go down, which means it's only going to be the Vickers left, to be perfectly honest with you. And Peepoo Jail, I don't know, where is Peepoo Jail? I mean, he's nowhere to be seen, he's somewhere. But the poor old Vickers is the last man. Here comes Peepoo Jail. Is he going to finish him off with a one roll? Well, you could do on the ground. Yes, he does. That was a good game. That was nicely done. I'm glad that Test didn't throw the towel in. I mean, sometimes it does happen. They throw the towel in when they see such a notoriously good clan on the other side, and Serenity are a very good team. As I said, top of the second place in the table. So Test could have been, you know, they could have been minus say, oh, this is too difficult. Throw it in, but they didn't. They gave it a good go, and that's the main thing. So Serenity are through to the next round. Don't know if we'll have anything for them yet, as in... Oh, we might do. So who are they looking at? Well, it's going to go out on Rockfield. It's not for another 20 odd minutes. So let's have a quick look at Rockfield. And then maybe... Oh, I didn't see what the... Oh, was it Rockfield and what? We had Rockfield and... Let's have a look. We had Rockfield and Camp Stiller. So let's have a look at Rockfield first. See what we can expect. Do I have a Rockfield? Yes, I do. Of course I do. Rockfield again, one of the older maps. Okay, it has been reworked. It's not the same as the initial Rockfield that first came out. I think the Lord of the Rings Gandalf stuff is now gone. So, as you can see, aptly named Rockfield, because there are a lot of rocks. What are we expecting to see? Well, teams like to send their Vickers or similar initially to this point, and this map is almost asymmetrical. That way to get some spots, and it's it's exactly the same from the other side. Some clans do a C-strat. It's not common, but they do it. They will send their mediums and lights up here first and just jump straight in with their heavies coming up behind. The reason they don't do it is because they like to cover all their bases. So you'll generally find that an IS-4 will drop around this area just to be able to sort of push into that B cap and reset it. Same from the other side, similar rock, and they can do the same thing there. A lot of clans like to send a lot of their heavies, however, upwards towards the A cap. This way they can use the terrain and get into cover here into this A cap, which means you can only be reset from an HE coming from various quarters. And again, it's the same from the other side. What generally happens is that you get a brawl around this area. It's normally around this area as the clans try to take B. It's very rare that both clans go to the C cap at the same time. It's not so rare for them to go to the A and B caps, with the majority of them going to A and some going to B. Normally you may get one going C strat, one going A strat, and therefore the B cap becomes absolutely crucial and critical. But again, it depends. We don't know what meta they're going to take. I have seen some clans, and their name escapes me, stick a Leo here. Yes, you can get a Leo here. And I've even seen some clans stick a grill here. No names, but they were on EU. So it can be done. We will just wait and see. The other map was Camp Stiller, or Castilla, whichever one you want to call it. Now this map, a lot of teams used to play this passively, get into their positions. We had normally then had 4 to 5 minutes of boredom followed by 2 minutes of absolute insanity. So let's get up high. So what can we expect? Well, we can expect firstly, some clans like to take a TD, so we can expect a TD in some respects. Some clans like to send something up here, like even a Vickers, to get those spots. And you may get a Vickers around here. Some clans also like to send their Vickers out this far to sit on this hill and try and get those spots. A lot of clans from this spawn will send the vast majority of their team in this direction. Not necessarily to the A cap. They will peel off their IS-4s. They may stick one here. Rare, because it's a bit too far back. More likely stick him around here, side scraping off this building, just to try and reset the B cap. They've got to be careful because clans like to stick a tank in between those two buildings by that bush for that very reason. They then send some of their tanks around this way, not to get the A cap, but to put pressure on it. Going up high, staying around this area, not pushing too far up, and I'll show you why in a moment, but just getting the lay of the land. And then what they generally tend to do, as I said, if that's their passive-aggressive strat, when the time ticks down, they'll then start pushing those ISs and the heavy tanks into that B cap and at the same time into the A cap. Now, from the other spawn, gets interesting. That's that spawn, and you can see their positions. From this spawn, it's not uncommon to get a tank to go up in over here. Sometimes it can even be a 50B, sometimes it can be a TD, sometimes an IS-4, and stick it in that bush overlooking the B cap. It's also not uncommon to see E5s legging it through here, dropping their speed boosts getting onto these ramps again to put pressure on. They do it on both ramps in some instances. I've even seen them taking their Vickers or some form of light up this way for the same reasons, to get those spots. The rest of the team, well, again, generally it could be IS4s and E5s. Let's have a look at the E5 position first. They generally come up here, go past this boulder, stay on the outside of this area, get on this ridge here, and push right round to this point. That way they can use their haul down capabilities to put shots into anything on that ridge, and also smack anything coming to that ACAT. Plus they can rotate back round and get into safety. At the same time, it's not uncommon to see an IS4 parked by this rock, because it's very difficult to hit him and it's very easy to reset. The danger there is that from the other spawn, you sometimes do get a TD here. And the TD is here for that reason. If you look, you can get shots into that rock position, you can get shots into that position, and anything coming around there. But not only that, you get a lot of stuff that you can reset over there. You can put shots across almost a lot of the map from this position. So that's why they do it. But again, it all depends on what mood they're in, what strat they are taking. And we'll see again from the meta, even if it gets that far. So that's basically what we're looking at. Now, let's get some replays on the go, I think. Let's get some replays on the go. Now, at the moment, the chances are you can be aiming to try and get an IS2, because you get some reward from the airdrop, and if you get 1,000 of these airdrop rewards, you get the IS2 1945. So with that in mind, I went out in the IS2 1945, which is this one here on Castillo. So I'll let the replay do a little bit of the talking without my ugly mug being in the way. Now, normally, in my normal streams, I'm able to interact with everybody in the chat, but there is a delay because obviously it's a tournament stream, so it's pretty difficult for me to interact. So I'd like to say hello to each and every one of you. I noticed some of you are saying, are there any rewards? Well, if there were, you would have a chance to get an avatar with a trumpet and a couple of boosters. So what you've got instead is me and my laid-back, friendly personality, and more importantly, the absolutely amazing gameplay you are going to see from the clans. That is much better than a trumpet avatar reward. Trust me. So this is the IS2 Berlin, the one that you can get with the airdrop tokens, if you're minded to do so. As I said, it's going to cost 1,000. It is a tier 7. It's okay. It's not a bad tank, to be honest with you. Some people don't rate it. It just takes a little bit of TLC with that gun. Not the gun, really. I mean, the gun is a Russian gun, so it can go in any direction. More importantly, it's a Russian gunner, and he takes a little bit of time to aim. That's the problem you get with this gun. I mean, and then here comes the Russian gun. No, where that went is anybody's guess, but it went somewhere. But it's an okay tank for a tier 7, and effectively it's free. All you've got to do is play the game and, you know, get some tokens. And if you play the game and get the tokens, the chances are you're going to get the tank for gratis. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, I don't think there is. It's okay. It's a nice. It's an okay tank. It's reasonable. You know, it's not broken. It's not OP. It's not bad. It's balanced. I think just about. I think it is just about balanced. It's okay. It's a nice little tank to roll around in. You can see here we've done 2.5k, 2 kills. We've been having a bit of fun. Nothing wrong with that. Like most Russian tanks, it suffers from horrendous gun depression. But it also has tremendously good armour. Tremendously good armour. I don't know why that didn't go through, but it didn't go through. But hey, you know, these things happen. So it's only these 3 left to kill, and what I'm doing, I'm waiting for the IS to fire because he's the bigger threat. But I then want the LTTB and the T-34 gone as well. Now I can take one from the IS, because I can now whittle him down. And what I try and do now, I'm going to push on to the IS, but I'm not interested in shooting him as such. I'd like to shoot the WZ at some stage, but I'd rather also use the IS as a meat shield. So if I can get the IS down, I can, in theory, side scrape off him. I'm going to load the APCR now, look. Just make sure I get this penetration. Then I can side scrape off him to an extent. Hopefully not get killed, but I do. No! Almost 4k in the IS-2. But it's a win's a win, is a win, is a win. And I think we get a nice little mastery, if I remember rightly. Yes, we do. So, yeah, almost 4k. It would have been nice to get the 4k on the IS-2, but hey, these things do happen. So that's what you can get, that tank, if you've got those tokens. And all you got to do is play the game. Anyway, let's have a look at some other replays because we've still got 12 minutes. So this is Addictivo of the clan Kraken S. He's rolling out on the Jag Panzer E100. I must admit, I do like the Jagdpanzer E100, one of my favourite TDs. And I've tuned a lot with Addictivo. he's a good player. Thankfully, he carries my backside quite a lot, which is nice for me. Not so good for him, but he's got big, broad shoulders, so I'm sure he can take it. Oh, on the other side is another friend of mine, Hot Rocks Galaboo of the clan GNA. For those of you who don't know, that's Meadsy. Meads is in that clan, but it's actually Aminet's clan. Meadsy is just one of the executives. It's one of the leaders, but I believe it's Aminet's clan. But Hot Rocks Galaboo is a good lad. Really nice chap. Addictivo here saying to the camera, Emil, just get out of the way a minute. Oof! That is a wild time shot straight into that poor FV. I don't know if he used HE there. I think he did, because HE onto an FV's turret is beautiful, to be honest with you. It's a beautiful thing to admire. Now, they've got to be careful from behind. They've already lost 2 tanks. He's worried about what's coming from behind and what's at the front there. So he's hoping the Emil is going to handle it from behind. Good bounce, double bounce, and a triple bounce. I mean, triple bounce. So now he can turn around and sort. Oh, he bounces the PTA again. I don't know what the PTA is using, but he needs to aim a bit better than that. Oh, he puts the PTA on fire with a wow time shot. And the PTA again is another one of those tanks that loves to be smacked by HE. Here comes Hot Rocks Calaby, sorry. Oh god, I keep saying it all wrong. Down goes the Leo. They've got to be careful of Hot Rocks. He's a good player. He knows what he's doing. And as you can see at this moment in time, it's 4 against a lot. Oh, Hot Rocks turns his turret just a little bit too much there, allowing the Jaeger. Now here comes the E50M of Shogun, another really good guy, a really good player as well. They're going to give Hot Rocks a hard time. 1 HE roll takes down Hot Rocks. The FV is still alive, but now they've whittled it down to only 3 tanks on the other team. So they've done well here. It's the WZ. Very good roll into a tank that, to be fair, is very, very well protected frontally, armor-wise. You can see Shogun there trying to give him a hard time. We're already at 6.2k here in the Jaeger, so he's doing really well. WZ. Yeah, he's a HE roll. Down he goes. Down comes the VK. Howard the Duck. The FV's trying to get behind them. Oh, that's another good bounce. Takes down Shogun. Now he's at 6.4k. Can he get rid of Howard the Duck? Oh, Howard's just over-angling a little bit there. He's looking for that bottom plate if he can get it. But it's very difficult. There we go. Oh, great shot. 633 into the engine. Now we're at 7.1k. And down goes Howard the Duck. What a great game that was. Really well played. Really good stuff indeed. And a well-deserved mastery. As you can see, between them they did just over 10k damage, which is impressive considering that the entire team combined did 13.8. So, really good stuff. Poor old Hot Rocks there, and he is a good player, by the way. Poor old Hot Rocks, struggling a little bit to get off the mark. He is a good lad. But these two are pro players anyway, and they're both in the Kraken S Pro team who are playing tonight. Right, let's have a look at the table. Let's see if there's any upsets out there. You never know. So, looking at Group 1, what have we got into the quarterfinals? We have BPS Dash, that is Gravitas, the Aqua rebrand. Cash, Serenity, BPS, proper. Kraken S, we've just seen a couple of their guys. Reti, Zenith, and TFCZ. In that group, were there any failures, any falters, any big... Not really, no big scalps. Moving down to Group 2, we have Endgame, ASP, IW, W2N, Recum, KV4, R2K, and My Clan Vale. Any big scalps? Well, no, not really. Oh, that's the second team. So, moving down to the quarterfinals in Group 3, we have S4W, Kraken S, other team, GS, JO46, Quick, Reti, Sparta, and Tersha. Any big scalps here? Well, not really, because these are the second teams. Into Group 4, Raid are already into the semi-finals. Then we have A1, N1, Loka, Phoenix, Fu4, APA, and DWF. Any big scalps? You could say UN, but they're at and Turk Tank. But these are, again, these are APA's second team and stuff like that. So these are the first teams, I believe. Yeah. So who's getting out with who? I mean, I just want to see. I think Vale is going out against IW. And they are on Rockfield, as you see. Who have Endgame got? Because they're always interesting to see who they have got. Endgame, who have they got? Well, they've got ASP. So, give me a challenge for ASP. Endgame, well, Endgame. Who have we got? We've got TFCZ. So, that's where we're looking at. We've just had the invite come through, so we're going to jump back out again. And get into that room. Ready up, and then jump out, because I've got messages from someone. Okay, hello. Hi. Hi. We've got Mr. P, it's Meister R Clan Poland, I believe. And this is nobody. Hello. Hello, and thank you. This is, I believe, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. My Polish is non-existent. So I would never try and absolutely wreck it. Let's jump in. We're still waiting for TFCZ to drop in. Serenity are already here, but only a few of them. They're not even readied up yet. As I said, Serenity, I mean, they can afford to not go through, but they won't do that. They'll try their best. Obviously, that's what they all do. That's what they all do. Oh, and Specky has sent me an Hall of Famer, so it's a replay we can watch in a bit. Still waiting for the clan of TFCZ to ready in. They're not here yet. But I'm hoping they will do, because they're into the quarterfinals. So no point not showing up. They've got just over 2 minutes, so it's not like that's not like they're in a rush or under pressure. All I can tell you at the moment is that TFCZ are on the North spawn and Serenity are on the South spawn, and that's about the limit of what I can tell you. I can't tell you anything else. I just can't. It's not possible, unfortunately. But so we have to wait and see. Got just over a minute, or just under a minute and a half, or just over a minute and a half. See. Eats, yeah, I am kind of streaming every day. Oh, here they come, TFCZ. At least one of them's here. Not going to give me much time to go through their meta. Serenity, however, is going to give me plenty of time to go through their meta by looks on it. Here come TFCZ. I've never really streamed them, so I need to familiarise that. So we've got Pighead, Amnesia, Invincible, maybe? Invincible, yes. Lord Vojit. I mean, Lord Vojadort. Okay, I'm going to call you Lord. Who's this? Blue Carrot. What an interesting name. And David 75. That one I can deal with. David 75. That one's pretty easy. So moving over to Serenity, who look like they're going to be ready at first, we will have Flytix in an E5, Peepoo Dog in potentially in a Mouse, Peepoo Jail in a Vickers, Spitfires in an E5, Days in an E5, Alpha in a Kranwagen, and Tritun. This always gets me. Tritunian. Triton. I'm going to call you Triton because my French is awful. Triton in an E5. Moving over to TFCZ, we have Pighead in an E5, Amnesia in a T22, Degree in an E5, Invincible in a VK90, Lord in an E5, Blue Carrot in a Vickers, and David 75 in an IS4. And we are kicking off. And I forgot to put my webcam on, so there we go, we're back in. So looking at the way the teams are stacked up there with their heavies and haul downs, it's going to not be a straightforward C-strat like you would normally see in a public game. This is going to be A and B with possibly an overlook on the C. Hit points, well, it's in favour of Serenity, especially with that that lineup. So let's see. Well, we've already got Blue Carrot heading to the spot that I said that they would go to. There he is, going up on the ramp quite nicely. Nobody from the other side on Serenity's team. Degree on Blitz, well, he was tempted, but the VK90 is going to drop down to that position. David and Degree are just holding back at the moment, along with Amnesia and Lord Vorjal. Pighead was tempted to push up, but he's not going to. Spitfires in the E5 is leading a kind of charge towards the C-cap. Not spotted anything as of yet. And there's 3 E5s here. Tratuniet, Days, and Spitfires. Spitfires is felt that, well, he's pretty, he's been spotted, but he's spotted by Pighead. And he's decided, oh no, he's spotted by Blue Carrot in the Vickers. But he's decided that's worth the risk because he's also spotted Blue Carrot himself. So, there we go. Rest of Serenity have made a push into the B-cap. Sorry, into the A-cap, which is Flytix, and as you can see, he's just hiding behind there. Very difficult to reset with that Kranwagen. You can hit him with HE, but he's jostling and jiggling. When they jostle and jiggle like that, it's pretty difficult to get the reset. So the A and the C cap have gone to Serenity. Now you will see them rotate back just to defend. Poor old Invincible here is getting absolutely farmed as he goes up the ramp. Lord comes in to try and do a little bit of a push. This could be this could end in tears really, because he's dropped his reactive armor, but the guys from Serenity will be looking to track him, and exactly what they did, they tracked him in place. Now the VK is pushing in as well, so we've got a very aggressive move here from TFCZ, and you can see Serenity are just falling back and basically enticing them to come and push onto them. And the rest of Serenity team are now going to come in support. So Degree on Blitz is coming down. They're trying to take out Alpha, and they probably will. He will probably go down. That's a bad shot from David, though. Alpha goes down, but now Daze is going to come in. Lord is going to go down. Down he goes. Now they're just being whittled. Flytix is putting shots into Invincible. Tutuniet comes in as well. Degree on Blitz goes down. Invincible is going to be the next on the target. Spitfires, no. People Dog takes him down. Amnesia is being sandwiched here. He will be next on the list because he's a T22. Down he goes. They will be looking at... Oh, Pighead gets Peepoo Dog out the game. Then down goes Peepoo. But they'll be looking at David here. And they'll be looking to put lots of shots into this poor old IS-4. Poor old David is just being whittled down to nothingness. And one more shot and down he goes. Pighead in the E5, very healthy. Blue Carrot is somewhere else on the map. As you can see, he's by the B cap. And he's just being pummeled as well. So Pighead will go down here. Blue Carrot has just gone down. The last man standing is Pighead. Apt name because he's being pig-headed by staying alive. But he's not going to be able to handle and carry the game because the points are against them. And there we go. Serenity taking the victory there. Very aggressive stuff, to be fair, by TFCZ. They did some good damage, but it was a bit too aggressive. Serenity just falling back and suckering TFCZ to come onto them. So we're going to swap those spawn points here. This time we will have TFCZ on the south spawn, Serenity on the north spawn. Waiting for the teams to pick their meta. They're all ready up shortly. Tritiniet is already readied up in an E5. Spitfire's also in an E5. But it's going to be TFCZ who are going to ready up first. Pighead in an AMX-50B. Amnesia in the IS-4. Degree in an E5, Invincible STB1, Lord in an E5, Blue Carrot back in his Vickers still, and David 75 in an E5. Moving over to Serenity, we have Flytix in a Kranwagen, Peepoo Dog potentially in an IS-4, Peepoo Jail in a Vickers, Spitfires in an E5, Daze in the IS-4, Alpha in a Kranwagen, and as I said, Tortoniet in an E5. Peepoo Dog is still debating. Does he want to do IS-4 or not? IS-4 or not? IS-4 or not? He's still debating it. Chances are he will be in an IS-4. I'm going to scratch my chin while he decides on what tank he will take. He's just toying with us now, building up the tension, and he goes into an E5. There you go. Nope, maybe not. Back into the IS-4. Now he really is toying with us. Is he going to swip and swap and change back to an E5? Maybe. No, he's definitely staying in the IS-4 this time with only 6 seconds to go. Good entertainment from Peepoo Dog there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, single 50B. Normally better when they double up. As you can see, it points in favour of Serenity here. So it'd be interesting to see what strats are going to be pulled out here. It's not common to see a single 50B. Let's get up high into the back of the map. So, Blue Carrot looks like he's heading towards that B cap, and the rest of TFCZ, in its entirety, is heading to the C cap. And, as if by default, I said this never happens unless in a public game, and as if by magic, Serenity, en masse apart from Peepoo Dog, is also heading to the C cap. So we're going to get a brawl at the C cap. It's as simple as that. Spitfires and Trotiniet is already there. Daze just taking back. Flytix is now coming in. Alpha, Peepoo Dog is coming in. Peepoo Jail is going to rotate around the map and try and find Blue Carrot. And they're going to have their own little brawl probably somewhere. TFCZ, they're being very aggressive here. Very aggressive indeed. They're pushing through, going down, playing it like a quick tour, so to speak. moreover than a Clan Wars type tour. Don't normally see this strat in Clan Wars, I'll be honest. I was going to say it's not going to work. I mean, it could completely take Days by Serenity by surprise. So they're going to try and push round onto Spitfires and Trituniet here. But again, Serenity just backing away, letting them push onto them. And really, it kind of works for them. Here we go. So David's going to come round. Peepoo Dog's going to try and track him, and he does. That's going to allow the rest of the team to just focus him a little bit. Days has done a great bit of, is doing a great little bit there, holding off the STB and the E5. But there goes David. He's down and out for the count. The MX-50B is now on his very long reload. Spitfires could go down here. He is a one-shot. Alpha will come in and finish Spitfires though in the Crown Wagon, or maybe Trituniet will do it. But they're going to jostle for the kill, and it's Trituniet who gets it. So now we've got the STB here being pummeled a little bit. Flytix, well, he's in his Crown Wagon, so he's got to wait for that load. But he'll put one shot into the... Oh no, he misses the STB. Just tracks him. Down, however, goes Degree on Blitz. Now Amnesia here is going to be pummeled a little bit. Blue Carrot did go down to Peepoo Jail, by the way, in the other Vickers. So Amnesia and Invincible, last two standing. Oh, Trituniet with the ram. Down he goes, leaving the STB. Oh, we don't get there in time. Days takes him out. Days did a great job there, considering he was pushed by 2 tanks. Great stuff. So congratulations to Serenity. They make it through to the next round. Commiserations to TFCZ. You know, well done, guys. But I think you're just slightly aggressive for the Serenity lads. So there we go. Good stuff indeed. Let's have a look, see if we've got any more results out there coming in. Maybe, maybe not. Well, no. Let's have a look. Do we have a... No, we don't. And we're going out on Yukon. Yukon in Dynastis Pearl. So let's have a look at Yukon, see what we can expect. Yukon's always a tricky map to try and pull their strats. We can do an overview, but it won't... I won't be able to give any of their strats justice, to be perfectly honest with you. Yukon is a tricky one. So what do we get normally on Yukon? Well, if it's a public game, everybody goes to the waterfall just there, and then basically sits on this ridge and sits on the waterfall and tries to farm. The tournament's a little bit different. I say that, and I did one on Asia, and they all went to the waterfall. But generally what happens is you get a fast cap on B. So they jump into this B cap, namely with their super heavies. Sometimes you will see a mouse on this map, or even an E100. Now, what then happens is they've got a choice. If they're in the mood to be super aggressive, and it can work from both areas of the map, from both spawn points, they can come round here, completely avoid the D cap. Now this works better from the other spawn than this spawn. Keep on pushing through, and then come through this side from that spawn and push onto the C cap. What happens from this spawn is that they carry on pushing all the way through. They go outside, right the way around, all the way around, all the way around, and then push into that B cap to try and get those super heavies off guard. That's if they're being overly aggressive. 9 times out of 10 they will send a light or a medium, or a light and a medium here, to try and see if anything's coming down this route. If not, then they will take the D cap. With the rest of the team, the heavies, once they've capped B, you will get the heavies going either side of this sort of wooden sort of factory type building and push towards the A cap, where they will try and either A, get some shots into that C cap area, or push around anticipating the team to be on that A cap. Now, what generally happens from the other spawn is the following. You normally get them running into that C cap like this, and then they've got to be careful. Are they going to get flanked from this side, or are they going to push through? You get their E5s and IS4s. The IS4s generally come around this area, and the E5s generally come up here to hold down. And you normally get the brawl around between, well, in this middle area, to be honest with you. But it all depends. Again, it depends on the strat. It depends on the meta. And it depends what mood they're in. So we just don't really know what they're going to do. The other map was Dynasty's Pearl, if I remember rightly. And Dynasty's Pearl, I don't have it there, which is annoying. So I've got it here somewhere though, I believe. There it is. I can't show you that because that's a... No, I can show you that. It's a 260. But I'm not going to show you that because it's the wrong one. Have I got a Dynasty's Pearl around here somewhere? I must have. Don't have a Dynasty's Pearl. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. Thought I had one. That's the only one I've got. I've got a Kranwagen here from Osneven. Let's have a look. It's an encounter battle though, so it doesn't really matter. I've only got encounter battles. Didn't do Dynasty's Pearl. Don't know why. I mean, you're not gonna really see much anyway. So, what do we get on Dynasty's Pearl? Again, you normally get those super heavies coming, E100s in mouses, mainly mouses. And what you get here is teams like to send tanks out towards this C cap area, going all down here. Now, they can put a mouse on this side, or they can put a mouse on the other side. If they're going for the C strat, they normally put the mouse on this side. If they go for the A strat, then they normally put it on this side. You get a lot of clans pushing this way. It's very rare that they jump straight into this B cap area because, well, you can get wrecked. And some people do it, some people don't, and, well, it doesn't really work. So you normally get them fast capping C and then just bunkering down if they get the cap first, to try and then put pressure on the other team to either flank that way, or through the middle. The other team, however, sometimes they do a C strat as well, so then you sort of get an argument around this area. If they don't do the C strat, then normally you've got the teams going for the A strat, and if they come from the one spawn, they will put the mouse on the corner of the building there, and then keep that occupied, with an ambition of looking down that side, with the rest of the team basically going all down around this area, overlooking the B cap. They come from the other spawn, well, they normally stick a tank around this area here, just to cover the flank. The mouse again here. And what they generally do, if they're behind on caps, they will do a double push. Straight through the middle onto B, and down one of the flanks. And it's the same on the other side. If they're down on the cap points on the C side, they'll push through on the B cap and one of the flanks at the same time. But again, it all depends. Depends on their selection of meta, and it depends on the strat that they are employing. Because we just don't know what they will employ. We've got messages. What we got here? That's Alpha. Hello, Alpha. And we got 21 pilots. Oh no. Just answer some messages if you don't mind. And hi. So there we go. Right, let's get some more replays up. We've got quite some time. Actually, before we do that, let's have a look at the scores on the doors and see who's through and who's not. In Group 1, we have Serenity, BPS and Reti. Who are Serenity facing? They're facing Reti on Yukon and Dynasty's Pearl, which means BPS will be against somebody else. We don't know yet. Moving down into the next round, Group 2. Well, Vale, my clan, turned over IW. They'll be chuffed a bit. Convincingly as well, 2-0. And that was, I believe, IW's top team. Yes, it was. So Vale will be very happy. Who have they got next, though? That's the question. Well, they haven't got Endgame, so they'll be very happy about that as well. Which means they've got K4. Moving down. Well, in the semi-finals, we have S4W in Sparta at the moment, which means we haven't got all the results in. And Group 4, we have Loca, Raid, APA. Raid, who are struggling. They've got Loca. Oof. Oof, dearie me. So they have got Loca. That's a tough call. That is a tough call. APA, on the other hand, I've got... Don't know yet. So, let's play some replays. By the time that's done, We will know what we will know what we will know. So let's have a look at who should we look at? Who should we look at? Let's have a look at Wild Ones Helper in the VK90. One of the other streamers, Wild Ones Helper. Let's just drop the webcam. In answer to your question, Mikna Bej, I'm sorry, I'm probably absolutely executing your name there. The reason I don't use the tank camera is you don't get, as the streamer, you need to have an overview of what's going around the battle. And if you're into the tank camera and you're not flying high, then you will miss a lot of things, to be perfectly honest with you. The tank camera is not the best for streaming the tournaments. I mean, as you can see now, we're in a tank camera. I have no idea what's going on the other side of the map. You have no idea what's going on the other side of the map. You're only with this one tank. Now, when you then free cam it, you get to see a better understanding of what they're doing, who they're focusing, why they're focusing. And as it goes through the tournament and you start getting to the top 8 type teams, you will see it becomes more important not to be in just the tank camera, because it's all about focus fire and you want to see who's focusing, and that's generally the aim. So that's the reason why I don't do it. Every good name is taken, and not giving me a hard time. Don't give me a hard time, every. It's a joke. There's various ways to zoom in free cam mode. You can use the mouse wheel. I don't have a mouse wheel. In my mouse, generally, because I don't have a mouse wheel because I have a Mac, and I'm streaming off a Mac. It gets oversensitive, but rolling in and rolling out on the mouse wheel generally helps. Zoom in, and zoom out. Alternatively, you've got Q, W, E keys. E drops you down, W sort of makes you go in, and Q makes you go high, with S making you rotate out. So you've got numerous keys that you can play around with to zoom in and out. It's not the easy. It takes some getting used to be fair. And they changed when they gave free cam mode for the replays. They changed all the keys, so we have to relearn them all again. And to be honest with you, I'm still learning them, because you know, when you've done as many tour streams as I have, you get muscle memory, and the muscle memory remembers certain keys and certain positions and certain this and certain that. And then all of a sudden you get a complete change. It's a completely different muscle memory. So it does take some getting used to. Some hardcore bounces going down there in this VK90. I mean, it's not a bad tank. I mean, it can bounce and bounce and bounce. But, God, got some hardcore bounces down there. Oh, Every's jumped in. Just as I said, Every was giving me a hard time. That figures, eh? That's just normal, yeah? Never forget, as I pointed out, Every is streaming the other. That's Fompard. Is streaming BPS Gravitas. That is the rebranded Aqua, as I said. So I think Wild Ones Albert got a little bit lucky here. I did play this on the Asia stream earlier, but I think you got a little bit lucky there. Yes, he did. I'm not going to lie. Oh. I thought you were following the other BPS. I thought you were following the main ones. I didn't think you were out. Well, that's oh, I thought you well, okay, that's taken me by surprise. I thought you were following them. Okay, very confused. Very confused indeed there, Peter. That's a great little ace. We have time for one more replay because we've got 10 minutes. I believe it's 10 minutes. Let me just make sure because I don't want to get the wrong information because I do that a lot. But I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. So we've got time for one more replay and this is from Speculade. No, I thought... I'm a bit confused. I thought Peter had the BPS that was rebranded. Oh, it is them. Okay, that I didn't expect. Oh, so I didn't realise. Yeah, I would say I thought you had the wowzers. Wowzers. So Every was following the Aqua rebrand, as I said, and apparently they lost, which is a shocker, to be honest with you, especially on the grounds that they are third in the table. Wow. Yeah, they're third place. So we need to check the table after this replay, clearly, because that is a shocker. On the grounds that was a quarter-final, which will mean they miss tomorrow, I believe. That will be a shocker for them. It's a bit of a blow, that. Oof. Double oof. Oh, that puts the cat amongst the pigeons slightly. With Clans nipping at the heels in the top 16, because it's by no means sort of sorted out the top 8. To be honest with you, it's still possible for Clans to move through from the top 16 into the top 8. That it is. Exactly, I'm old. What do you expect? I'm still getting used to it. This is not a bad brawl, actually. He's doing really well in this T29, I've got to admit. I mean, on the grounds that he had a lot of tanks in front of him, and he's got away with that, with minimal damage being dished to him. It's impressive. As Darth Vader would say, impressive. Most impressive. Yes, it is. Poor old Jackson's going to get a bit of a hard time here now. Oh, he's looking for that HE roll into the side of the Jackson. Poor old Black Prince. Oh, and down goes the Jackson. Here comes the T-43. Gets a big roll into his nose. Just notice one of the guys' in-game names. I don't know how he got away with that, to be honest with you. It's a bit suspect. Now it's a one-on-one. And he's not exactly a full T29, but it is against the Black Prince, who is very full. Now, normally you would say the Black Prince has got this, but not when you're side on. Side on in the Black Prince ain't going to help you. No, not really. So it's almost 5k with 2.5k blocked. Now it is 5k. Oof. It's another smack. So, got to give it to the T29 here. Can he make... I don't think he's going to make 6k, but he'll make it close near as damn it, 5.8k. That's a great game. Very nicely done, and that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Number 4, I believe, and I'm not surprised. 5 kills, beautifully done. Right, so let's have a look at this table, because it sounds like there's been some shocks. So we can look at the table before we jump into the game. So, yes, BPS went down to BPS. So, BPS, main team, original clan, whatever you want. I get very confused. The original clan, BPS, led by Foxy, I believe, has turned over the Gravitas BPS, a completely different clan. They were just merely affiliated, 2-0. So, interesting. Now, we also lost Zenith and Kraken S, so they will be disappointed. Going down to Group 2, as I said, we lost ASP, we lost IW, and we lost R2K. Moving further down the group, we lost Tesha and JO46 and the other Kraken S, but nothing really there. APA Raid, Loca A1N1, so no real shocks there. And that's about it. So, let's get into that room, as you do. Somebody's just sent me an invite which has completely stalled my game. I can't do that, guys. Don't send me that. Thank you anyway. So, here we go. This is semi-finals group stage on Yukon. Serenity against Areti. There you have it. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. So, let's put the webcam back on. So, Reti, I've only streamed them once, I think, so I know Pencil Case. So I need to so Charlie Scene, of course it's Charlie Scene. Mac Spitty, I like Mac Spitty. Orange Tomato, oh that's a great name. Orange Tomato, of course it is. Pencil Case, I know. The Addy, I know. Forever Green, who I know. And Vicky, I'm going to have to call you Vicky, I'm sorry. So we have Reti already up, we have Charlie Scene in a T22, Max Spitty in a T22, Orange Tomato in a Mouse, Pencil Case in a Kranwagen, the Addy in a Kranwagen, Forever Green in the AMX50B, doubling up with Vicky also in an AMX50B. Now, we're still waiting on Serenity to actually ready up. It looks like they may have picked their meta, but I don't know as of yet. I'm going to sip some coffee, I hope you don't mind. Both these teams will go into tomorrow, to be honest with you. However, they still want those cups, especially Reti. Reti needs those cups more than Serenity. I mean, Reti are at the moment in the top 16. They are not in the top 8. And they are in 10th place, so they will be looking to try and turn over Serenity here to get up there. So we have Flytix in an E5, Peepoo Dog in a TVP, Peepoo Plat in a T60, Peepoo Jail in a TVP, Spitfires in a 260, Days in an E5, and Alpha in an E5. So a lot of mobility there, and a lot of newish meta. What with the TVPs and the T60. I've got a beetle flowing across my screen. Sorry about that. God loves beetles. Simple. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, that's a very mobile lineup for Serenity there, with a not so mobile lineup by Reti. So it'll be interesting to see how they work this one out. It's always nice to try and predict the strats, but you can never predict them because you just don't know what mood they're in. I mean, Serenity are going out on the north spawn and Reti on the south spawn here. So, let's see. Let's see what we will see. So, hit points are in favour of Reti with their super heavy. Well, they're very heavy a lineup, let's be honest. Let's get up high into the back of the map. So, what we have here is Serenity are probably going to fast cap B. And the TVPs, well, People Dog and People Jail are just tussling with each other here. And they've changed their mind. It looks like they're going... No, they're not going to fast cap. They are going to hard roll aggression straight into the middle. And they're going to come across the Addy in the Kranwagen, along with Pencil Case also in the Kranwagen. So already we've got Serenity trying to put a lot of HP, a lot of damage, sorry, down there. But they are losing HP at the same time. They are being bled out here by Reti. Here comes Pipu Dog in the TVP, trying to get in from behind into the Kranwagen and Pencil Case. Now the 260 is getting around there. Oh, down goes Pencil Case. Now they're going to turn their attention to Addy. Poor old the Addy now is the focus of attention. Flytix will go out though. Addy will take him down. No, he doesn't. Charlie Sheen did. Or Charlie Scene, actually. Because the AMX-50Bs are here. Now, Pipu Dog is gone really wide. And what we've got here is the 50Bs are on their long reloads. Orange Tomato in the mouse. Well, they don't really want to take him out because he takes a long time to whittle down. So, Spitfires is looking very worse for wear. Along with Pipu. Well, Pipu Plat is okay. You can see they're trying to get those shots. Pipu Dog comes around the back, trying to get those shots into the AMXs. But boy, did he take a big hit there. And Serenity, and they've taken down the Addy. They've taken down Vicky. They've lost 2 tanks themselves. Forever Green, however, is going to be pushed here and taken down by Pipu Plat with a ram. And he does that, but Pipu Dog went down in the TVP. Orange Tomato is still being whittled down here. Alpha and Spitfire is doing their best to whittle him down. You've got Charlie Scene coming round, trying to put shots into Spitfires, and he does. So Spitfires is very low here. Very low indeed. Down he goes. So it's now 2 against 3. A very healthy Max Spitty there in the T22. And a very healthy Charlie Sheen also in a T22. So poor old Pipu Plat here is being harassed by the 2 T22s. Oh, they're going to hurt him. Oh, they take down. Alpha takes down. This is going to turn it. Poor old Charlie Scene now is in a worse for wear position. He gets down Pipu Plat but goes down to Alpha. I really didn't think Serenity were going to win that. I thought it was going to be a big turnaround, but it wasn't. And great stuff by Serenity. Really good focus fire. It was closer than it looked, but great focus fire. And Pipu Plat there really making the Object 260 do its job, along with Pipu Jail in the TVP. Really, really good stuff. Very convincing, very aggressive by Serenity. Reti really didn't put much feet wrong there, to be honest with you. But they were just overwhelmed by the mobility and the focus fire of Serenity. However, it was a lot closer than you think. So, swapping those spawn points here. Reti's got it all to do because Serenity has got 1 foot into today's final. So, Reti have already read it up. We have Charlie Scene in a Vickers Like, Max Spitty in an STB1, Orange Tomato in a Mouse, Pencil Case in a Kranwagen, the Addy in an E5, Forever Green in a Mouse, and Vicky in a Kranwagen. Moving over to Serenity, we have Flytix in a Kranwagen, Pipu Dog in a T22, Pipu Jail in a T22, Pipu Plat in a 50B, Spitfires in a Mouse, Days also in a 50B, so he will be doubling up with Pipu Plat, probably, and Alpha in a Kranwagen. Yeah, Pipu Plat is staying in the 50B. Spitfire's now toying with a Mouse. Well, VT72, he was in a Mouse. Now he's gone back to the Mouse. So, Pretty much the same lineup that Reti just had from exactly the same spawn. Interesting indeed. It is actually the same lineup, I think. No, it's not, because they had an E5, didn't they? Did they have an E5? I think they had an E5. I can't remember. So, hit points are in favour of Reti here. Will Serenity play it the same way as Reti? I mean, clearly not. It is the same. They're doing the strat that Reti just played, I believe. So let's get up high into the back. Thing is, Reti will not do the same strat as Serenity. So we've got the Crown Dragons here of Alpha and Flytix heading to the Sea Cap along with Spitfires. 50Bs and the T-22s heading out wide. Let's move round the map. We can see there the STB1 and Max Spicky is just getting an overview and gets a good shot into Peepoo Jail. Over here, Charlie Scene is getting some good spots. Crown Dragon and Vicky is pushing up his wow, trying to push into there. B-Cap will be taken, so Reti will have the cap advantage. Oh, Peepoo Platt really getting punished here in the 50B. He's down to a one-shot already. I mean, he got absolutely tunneled, so he's looking worse for wear. Alpha here in Flytix are trying to give Forever Green in the mouse a hard time, but there is Orange Tomato also in a mouse. So Alpha here is trying to get round them, trying to get those shots in, but he's waiting for his third ammunition to load into his magazine. Now he's got a full clip. Good bounce off the Addy. Now Spitfires comes in to put some pressure onto Forever Green. Looks like Forever Green is the target acquisition. Great shot. Forever Green is now a one shot, but they've lost Peepoo Dog and they've lost Peepoo Platt to the loss of just Forever Green. Now they've got to start focusing here of Serenity because they could be going down. Alpha is now a one shot. Down goes Alpha. So they've lost 3 tanks to the 1 tank. Spitfires and Flytix still mucking around with this mouse of the Orange Tomato. They're not firing into him. They're trying to put shots into Vicky. And Flytix there is in danger of being taken from the back. And he is. Quickly moving over there. Let's have a look at what's going on with people. Oh, Peepoo Jail goes down before we can get there. It's 3 against 6, sorry. It's going to be 2 against 6 in a moment. And it is 2 against too many. Serenity are going to lose this one to Reti. They bit off a little bit more than they could chew, I think, and they gave Reti an understanding here, and Reti really managed to put some pressure on. Daze is gone down, Spitfires is gone down. It will go to the decider. Simple as that. Simple as that. As you can see, convincing stuff by Reti. Wasn't quite 7-0 because they lost Forever Green and Charlie Scene. Anyway, we are now going out on Dynasty's Pearl. We will have Serenity on the north spawn, Reti on the south. So there you go. So looking at the way they're lining up here, we have Flytix in a Kranwagen, Peepoo Dog potentially in a T-22, Peepoo Jail in a Kranwagen, Peepoo Platt in an IS-4, Spitfires in a mouse, Daze probably won't go out in a 50B, and Alpha in an IS-4. Peepoo Dog dropping into an IS-4, Flytix staying in the Kranwagen, Peepoo Platt in the IS-4, Spitfire staying in a mouse, so we're just waiting for Daze and Alpha. Moving over to Reti. Oh, Daze also jumps into a mouse, Alpha into a Kranwagen. Moving over to Reti, we have Charlie Scene in an E100, Max Spitty in an IS-4, Orange Tomato in a mouse, Pencil Case in a Kranwagen, the Addy in an IS-4, Forever Green in an IS-4, and Vicky in a Kranwagen. So, E100 and a mouse on the team for Reti, 2 mouses on the team for Serenity. So, heavy meta coming out, or should I say super heavy meta coming out. This is the decider. Winner takes it all. Well, they don't really. They take it to the final. Loser goes into the third place playoff. Either way, we're going to be following Serenity either to the final or to the third place playoff. Let's get a pie into the back. You can really get high on this map, as you can see. So the Mouses are going down to the B lane, and Serenity are looking for an A strat, with the Mouses covering the B strat, the B cap. Sorry. Moving over to Reti, well, they're going for the C strat. You can see that they're sending all their tanks out. The Mouse of Orange Tomato will take a bit of time to catch up, and he'll probably go down the B lane on the inside rather than the outside. So we got the E100. Now what's going to happen here is Serenity will cap first, and they will take the advantage, meaning that Reti will be on the back foot, and it will be Reti who will then need to make all the moves. Now we saw in the overfly that they are now basically going to be either through B cap, which is where they're all sort of congregating here with the IS-4s and the Kranwagen. They're trying to put shots into Alpha, and they managed one there. Or, and you can see as we showed you in the flyover, Daze is on this corner to make sure this isn't all. But now we've got the Mouse of Orange Tomato along with the IS-4s pushing into that B cap. And they are being smacked around a bit, especially the Mouse of Orange Tomato. They will take the cap because there are 3 tanks in there. It's pretty difficult to reset it. But they are also bleeding out the Mouse of Orange Tomato. So they will start getting the caps back. But Orange Tomato now is basically lost a third. Well, he's lost a lot of hit points. That's a great shot from Daze in his Mouse, coming around the side. So poor old Orange Tomato's got it back out there. And now it's changed. Now Serenity have to do all the maneuvers. Charlie Scene is on the other side just waiting for that flank. Vicky is trying to get out of there. Daze is still in his position. And now we're just waiting for Serenity to make their move. And it looks like that the IS-4s of Spitfire, the IS-4s of Peepoo Dog and Peepoo Plat, along with Spitfire and the Mouse, are going to make a move onto the B cap. And at the same time, we may have Peepoo Jail and Flytix do a feint push down that flank. And the Mouse of Daze also push through. So we're probably going to get a triple sort of move here from Serenity. They are not going to move for about another 50 points. They'll probably move at the 750, 800 mark. But you can see what they're playing. Oh no, they're going quicker. In goes Spitfires. In goes Peepoo Dog. Spitfires bouncing, getting into the cap. Let's get out the other side so we can see what's going down. Max Spitty gets in there to try and deny them the cap. That's a good move from Max Spitty. But he is going to be focused now. In comes Vicky in the Kranwagen. At the same time, Daze is moving through, and the Kranwagens are also moving through, trying to keep the tanks away from this B cap. Peepoo Dog, however, and Vicky are both one-shots. Vicky goes down, so does Peepoo Dog. Now it's, are they going to get rid of Max Spitty here? He is the danger zone. They need to get rid of him. If they can get rid of him, they can then cap. But Daze is desperately trying to... Oh, down he goes. Now they're looking for the Addy, and they're trying to turn it around here. The Addy is now the focus of attention. He puts one into Flytix. Pencil Case is dropping into the A cap here. So they need to also deal with Pencil Case. Pencil Case here and Flytix toying with each other. Spitfires is coming in to help that. We're just going to stay with this for the moment. Flytix is down to a one-shot because the Addy has come round. Pencil Case has also been taken down to a one-shot. They get Pencil Case out before. Now moving back over here quickly because Peepoo Plat and the IS-4 is toying with Charlie Scene. But it's going to swing back to Serenity even though they're low on hit points. Oh, down goes Peepoo Plat. Peepoo Jail is in trouble as well. Forever Green is really pushing him. Forever Green should be able to take Peepoo Jail here. Yes, he does. Daze, however, is going to cap, but it doesn't matter. Reti get it on the points. Daze will play third place. Great stuff from Reti there. Really nicely done. You can see that Serenity did more damage, but they just couldn't get those caps in time. And you saw there Daze in the Mouse desperately trying to get the C cap, but it wasn't to be. So, there you go. They lost too many tanks too quickly, courtesy of these guys. And what it was, poor old Peepoo Platt going down to Charlie... well, it wasn't actually Peepoo Platt, I'm lying. It was Flytix going down to Evergreen. That effectively sealed the deal. But Flytix doing just over 4.3k damage. Excellent stuff. Now, we haven't got the room yet. But that doesn't mean to say, because when you get to third place, the room comes in pretty quickly. So we've got to be careful here. And basically, we're waiting for BPS against Cash to work out what's going down. They will be settling out soon. Let's move down to the other groups. See if we got anything here. Vale, my clan, went out against K4. They're still playing, so chances are they've been pushed also into a decider. Endgame are into the final. They turned over Wreckham 2-1, so they also went into a decider. So, surprised we haven't got any results here yet. Maybe it's just taking a little bit longer. Maybe just Endgame got their decider a lot quicker. So S4W, Quick, and Reti and Sparta. Sparta are doing really well. Sparta are in third place. They lost to Reti. So Quick and S4W. It's all between them now. And S4W against Reti. There you go. They turned over Quick. So S4W continuing their charge into that top 8. We had A1N1 Loker, it was Loker and Raid, A1N1 against APA, so let's have a look how Raid did, trying to claw their back in. They beat Loker, they will go into today's finals. Raid will be very happy with that. They are trying to get, or trying to stay safe in the top 16 at the moment. Loker will be happy, I mean they're already into tomorrow's final, they're into third place. Who are they going to play? Well, A1N1 are doing well, they're still playing against APA. Continuing the road downward. No, that's the last one. So let's just jump out and then jump back in. So Snty, do we know they're playing yet? They are playing Cash in third place in about 5 minutes. So we'll be getting the. So it will be BPS against Reti. Moving down. Endgame. We'll be playing K4. So K4 beating my clan Vale. That'll annoy Vale. No. Sorry, Endgame are in for third place. Endgame lost. Wow. Endgame lost to Wreckham. So it was Vale against Wreckham. Oh, I read that wrong. I just automatically assumed Endgame won. So Vale will be playing Wreckham. So Vale will be very happy. Sorry boys. I am so annoyed that I even doubted you. We already know what's going on there, and there. So, let's jump into the room. This is for third place. This is Cash against Serenity. We've got just under 4 minutes. I'm going to jump out a bit and answer my messages. Don't forget to drink water. I'm not drinking water, 21 pints. I'm drinking coffee, man. Yeah, coffee. Let's see what's been going on in the clan. I said good luck to them earlier, aren't they? They're still focused, which is good. Now I'm coffeeed out. Somebody asked me about, and when am I going to stream Joker? No, it's very rare because I'm in Joker. So, to be fair, Fox, I do ask them not to put me against Joker, because obviously I'm in Joker. Same as I asked them not to put me in Vale, because I'm in Vale. But I have streamed Joker when the clan I'm facing meets them. But today I've got Pramo, so I don't know. I don't know what the groupings are yet. Anyway, Cash have read it up first, and I can't remember all of them. Who's this? Cold Yui. So Cold Yui in a Clan Wagon, Gold Kid in a Clan Wagon, Ibuprofen in an IS4, Mr. Savage in an IS4, Mrs. Savage in a Vickers Light, Stop Crying in a Clan Wagon, and Natty in an E5. On the bench currently we have I, and Sink here. Moving over to Serenity, we have got Peepoo Devil, potentially in IS4, Flytix in the E5, people Devlin in E5, Flytix in an E5, people Dog in a Kranwagen, people Jail in a Vickers, people Platt in an E5, Spitfires in a Mouse, and Alpha in a Kranwagen. We are going out on Port Bay. Cash on the North Spawn, Serenity on the South. Fortunately, I've not been able to show you the flyovers because third place is a pretty quick turnaround, to be honest with you. And in about, I think it's about 10 minutes, the finals will take place. Unfortunately, we're not going to see the finals. There's only 2 streamers today, myself and Every. Every, unfortunately, was following BPS, who didn't even get past the quarterfinals today, which is going to be shocking for them. But not too much of a disadvantage. I mean, they're pretty safe in third place. So he's not streaming anything in that group. And I'm not streaming the final because, unfortunately, Serenity didn't get through to the final. They're into the they're into the third place playoff. So, unfortunately, we're not going to see them. Was there a bit of change in the meta there? I think so. People Jail was now in a Vickers and Spitfires are in a Mouse. So, other than that, not really much of a change, to be fair. Let us see what's going down. Yeah! Hello, Swissbot. How you doing, mate? Yeah, Endgame lost. I read it completely wrong as well. Which I totally apologise to the guys who beat to Reckham who beat Endgame. Didn't mean to sort of, you know, second guess you guys. Same with Vale. Didn't mean to second guess you guys. Just read it wrong. I was like, ah. But there we go. Because I read that Endgame were already into the final, and they weren't, I automatically assumed that K4 beat Vale because they were playing Endgame. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Anyway, this is the third place playoff. Serenity won't be too disappointed. I mean, they're in second place. It's to them. Then it just means they're not going to overtake Endgame. Simple as that. I mean, other than that, their place is pretty secure. They'll get into tomorrow. And, I mean, to drop out the top 8, they need to lose almost 5,000 cups, I think. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're pretty safe up here in the top 8. And they don't need to be first or second or third. They just need to get into the top 8. They just need to get into that Pro Tour. Simple as that. So what we have here with Cash, we have Mrs. Savage in the Vickers Light heading towards the C-Cap, supported by the IS-4 of Mr. Savage, and at the back there, Cold Yui in the Kranwagen, with the rest of the team heading towards the B and overlook of the A. Stop Crying For Me may go down to this coal pile here, because it's a good position to be in. Moving over the map, wow, Pipu Jail in the Vickers is trying to get those spots round by the A-Cap, see what he can see. He will see Stop Crying For Me and maybe Natty in a moment. Spitfires in the Mouse is just looking down the B lane, where Ibuprofen is also looking down. Shots going in already onto Natty. Flytix, Pipu Devil and Pipu Platt in the E5s, just holding back so they can react. The Vickers of Pipu Jail here, well, he's being a pain, as you can see, but that's his job, to be a pain. He's tempting Stop Crying For Me, and he's got some good spots there. You can see that Pipu Dog and Alpha in the Kranwagen here, just overlooking the A-Cap. Alpha up, nicely up high, so he can get any shots across that map. At the moment, good positioning by Serenity. That is good positioning. Now they're looking to sort of flex just a little bit on the C-Cap, but they now know that Mr. Savage and Mrs. Savage is there. Mr. and Mrs. Savage. They don't know about Cold Yui, but they suspect, because they're not daft, they know the strats that are employed. And that's why Pipu Platt is just here, not pushing down that line. And they won't do at the moment because they know that there's something right behind. Spitfires in the Mouse is slowly moving up closer and closer to that B-Cap. He doesn't have a counterpart as a super heavy on the other side, but he does have the IS-4 of Ibuprofen there, who is being a pain in his backside, which is why he's not moved so quickly. Now, Mrs. Savage in the Vickers is rotating out of the position, coming around to join up here. Natty is getting pummeled from across the map. That came in from Pipu Jail. Alpha is still there, but Serenity are basically stacking their... They're going into the C-cap. They are stacking them up. They anticipated once they stopped seeing tanks a move. Stop Crying For Me in the Cranwagon now is making a beeline for the A-cap, supported by Mrs. Savage in the Vickers. Pipu Jail is rotated out. Cap points, therefore, will go to Serenity. Now, Mr. Savage is pushing on to Spitfires in the mouse. Serenity is trying to get all their tanks on that ridge, and they'll come back round and try and give some support. And there you go, Mr. Savage getting a bit of a pummeling. The B-cap is now being taken by Ibuprofen. Mr. Savage getting out of dodge, and he had to. Pipu Dog looking to put shots into Ibuprofen. Ibuprofen really does get pummeled there, and again. So, unfortunately, Pipu Jail is down. So the points are in favour of Cash. However, they are being bled. Ibuprofen here being very bled. I mean, he's in dire need of a transfusion. He's going to go down. Down he does go. Cranwagon and Pipu Dog, and now Flytix in the E5 pushing in onto Gold Kid. They should be able to whittle him down as well and take him out of the game. Flytix there doing some great manoeuvring, so we're going to leave that battle. Get it back over here. The mouse, oh, they're really giving Alpha a hard time up there. And down he goes. But at the same time, Mr. Savage in the IS-4 looking worse for wear also. There's only 7,000 hit points left on Cash's team. They do have more guns, but they have a lot less hit points. Mr. Savage will go down here to somebody, probably Spitfires. No, Spitfire's not aiming for him, aiming for somebody completely different. I think he was aiming for Natty. He finally does go down, Mr. Savage. Now Cold Huey is going to take Pipu Dog, and he does. It's 3 against 4. Serenity are in danger of losing this. They're not up, but Natty is now a one-shot. Spitfires will turn to try and fire into Natty, but he doesn't need to. Pipu Dog takes him down. Now it's 2 against 3. They're trying to get around Cold Huey here. Good bounce by Spitfire, but Pipu Dog is on his long reload, so is Cold Huey. Stop Crying For Me, however, isn't. This is going to be close. Oh, great shot from Pipu Dog. Now it's 2 on 2, and the hit points are favouring Serenity. Spitfires have got a lot to do, though. Pipu Dog is incredibly healthy, but he needs to fully load up. Mrs. Savage in the Vickers trying the best to get the caps, or looking to get the caps in the B cap there. A cap has actually now gone to Serenity. Serenity can do this, but Spitfires is being whittled down slowly but surely. In fact, he's whittled down so much he's got no hit points left. Pipu Dog trying to get Savage down, but it's not working. Mrs. Savage hanging on, and this is now Stop Crying For Me of Cash coming in to give Pipu Dog a hard time. Pipu Dog here. In fact, we're going to go with Pipu Dog. No, we're going to Stop Crying For Me, sorry. As Stop Crying For Me tries to retake the cap here. The A cap. Pipu Dog can't really do much about it. He's got to wait for a full reload. He is very healthy. Bang, there goes number 1. And he bounced the first one from Stop Crying For Me that came back in his direction. He doesn't bounce that one though. And don't forget, they haven't got the caps anymore. He's got to get rid of this tank. Good shot goes in. Is he able to load? Oh, he gets another one in. He has got to load and take him down, and he does. Now it's all with Mrs. Savage in the Vickers. Mrs. Savage is, in theory, a clippable tank for Pipu Dog, who will now retake the A cap. Mrs. Savage giving the hand away, showing that the tank is in the B cap. A cap has been taken, allowing Pipu Dog to now push round. But Mrs. Savage does have the advantages of speed, but Pipu Dog dropping that adrenaline, neither tank seeing each other. Mrs. Savage is now going to run to the C cap. As Mrs. Savage drops into the C cap, Pipu Dog will drop into the B cap. Sorry, A cap for Mrs. Savage. So this is going to be close, and it's all over, and it will go to Serenity. Or maybe not. Yes, it will. It goes to Serenity, because they had the advantage on the points. So Serenity surviving and winning that by the skin of their teeth, to be honest. Great damage by Stop Crying For Me, 6k in the Clanwagon. So that was really good stuff. Good run around between Peepoo Dog and Mrs. Savage there. Really good game. Close, far too close to call. But Serenity getting it purely on the cap point advantage. They had 800 points compared to the 600 points of Cash. Cash will feel robbed. But the thing is, if the Vicars of Mrs. Savage would have tried to attack a fully clipped Cranwagon, then the Cranwagon would have clipped Mrs. Savage out. So, Cash have read it up. They are now on the South Spawn. Cold Huey in a Clanwagon, Gold Kid in a Mouse, Ibuprofen in an E5, Mr. Savage in the IS4, Mrs. Savage in a Clanwagon, Stop Crying For Me in a Clanwagon, and Natty in an E5. Moving over to Serenity, well, we're just waiting for them to ready up in their meta. It'll be there a minute. Give it time, give it time. Oh, they're playing with their meta again. Going for diversity, as Chocolate of Endgame said. So, Peepoo Devil in a Cranwagon, Flytix in the E5, potentially. Peepoo Dog in a Cranwagon, Peepoo Jail in a Cranwagon, Flytix in a Cranwagon, Peepoo Plat in a 260, Spitfires in a 260, and Alpha in a Cranwagon. So, 5 crans, 2 260s. They are playing with their meta. And no doubt just having a bit of fun. I mean, Serenity are not going to really lose anything, to be honest with you. And there's no real kudos in coming first, second or third in the PYS. Doesn't give you an advantage in the next stage, let's be honest. What they need to do is just get into the next stage, which is the Pro Tour. And that only comes at the end of PYS number 6. So we've got Cash here. Well, we've got the E5s heading towards C. Mr. Savage will support. The rest of them, well, Gold Kid is going to overlook the B cap probably, or even the A cap. Cranwagons are going to overlook A cap as well. Let's move over to see what Serenity is doing. Let's get that bit of speed on. So, Peepoo Dog, Peepoo Devil, well, I thought they were overlooking B, but they're not. It's going to be a full-on C strat. Spitfire straight in that 260. There he is, in the 260. New tank, new meta. Don't think it's a tournament tank myself, but as I'm not a pro player, what the hell do I know? I'd have to ask these guys. But then again, you know, a lot of people said the Cranwagon wasn't. A lot of people said the TVP wasn't. And look at the Cranwagon now. It's a staple of the tournament teams. Peepoo Jail here and Flytix just staying in a nice little hold-down position. Cap advantage have actually gone to Serenity. But Cash will probably turn around. Although Alpha and Peepoo Dog and Peepoo Devil are looking the B cap. I think Cash may be looking to wanting to push down onto C the way they're looking there. We got Peepoo Plat and Spitfires in the 260s over on the far side, however, preventing that from happening. B cap is now being taken by Gold Kid in the Mouse. Is that going to spurn anything? Yes, it does. Peepoo Dog gets a good reset. Alpha gets a good shot in, and so does Peepoo Devil. And then again Alpha, and then again Peepoo Devil. So Gold Kid can't take B, and he's lost half his hit points. Here come the rest of Cash pushing down onto the C cap, because they now know that there's a lot of tanks overlooking. Well, they know at least 3 tanks are overlooking B. So they will have the tank advantage over this side. Serenity just pulling back, hoping that the 260s can farm as they come across. Peepoo Dog there, well, he's getting a bit of a pummeling, but so is Ibuprofen, to be fair. Ibuprofen is now a 2-shot. Now he's realistically, well, a 1.5 shot. And Gold Kid is also being whittled down in the Mouse. Peepoo Dog, they're looking to get rid of Ibuprofen there, but Flytix missed. Ibuprofen does go down, but so does Alpha. Gold Kid now is a 1-shot in the Mouse. Well, he's actually now a no-shot. He's gone. Cold Huey is also a 1-shot. Actually, he's a no-shot. He's gone, but so does Peepoo Dog. So now Flytix is trying to get shots in, but the E5s are trying to get shots into Flytix. Look at those 2 6s just farming from the sidelines. And at the moment, Serenity do have the advantage here, although the C cap is being taken by Mr. Savage. Flytick's trying to back away. Down goes Mr. Savage, courtesy of Peepoo Devil, who came round the back. Very sneaky. Very sneaky indeed. It's now 3 against 4, sorry. Peepoo Jail gets a good shot into Natty. Peepoo Devil also gets a good shot into Natty. Now the 260s are going to probably start moving forward. Natty will be the centre of attention as Stop Crying For Me and Mr. Savage, Mrs. Savage, sorry, pushes onto Peepoo Devil. Peepoo Devil here, well, he's going to get focused, but Natty is going to lose out. Natty does lose out. Peepoo Devil will lose out, but now Mrs. Savage and Stop Crying For Me are on their DPM deficient reloads as Peepoo Jail comes in. He's going to wait till he gets his third one in. Spitfires comes flying over the top. He's going to put shots into the back of them. Peepoo Platt is also going to put shots in. He's dropped his reload. Stop Crying For Me will be the first to go, I would think. Oh, maybe not. Yes, he is. Leaving Mrs. Savage as the last tank standing. It's going to go to Serenity. GG's, both teams. Really good stuff. Mrs. Savage, gun in the air, knows they can't do anything about it. And boom, it'll all be over. And there we go. Congratulations to Serenity. Commiserations to Cash. They gave it a good go, but Serenity, well, they just did what Serenity do best. And that's play their game. So there you go. There you go. Really good stuff. This time Peepoo Platt knocking out almost 5k in the 260. Joining forces with Spitfires there, who knocked out almost 4k. So good damage between them. 9k. Unfortunately, on this side, wow, they just got farmed. And it's not like Cass did anything wrong, because they didn't. It's just Serenity being Serenity. However, both teams are into tomorrow, so neither team is going to be overly upset. Cash, I believe, are... Oh, where are they? Actually, I don't know. Let's find out. Because we need to find out where they are. Cash, actually, are in the lower echelon. So they're outside the top 16 at the moment. So these games are vitally important for them. These cups are vitally important. Let's see where they are. If Wargaming's website would stop playing up. There we go. So Cash are down in 18th on 19,500. I didn't see FV207 today, so I don't know where they are. So Cash may leapfrog them. It all depends on what happens in the top 16. I mean, Raid is going to jump up. Kraken S, however, they're in danger. And so is Eternal Zenith. So Kraken S and Zenith are in danger here. Let's have a look, see if we've got any other results. We may have, I don't know. We'll certainly have some third place results, I believe. So looking at the chart here, we've seen that one. So congratulations to Serenity, commiserations to Cash. Moving down, we had K4 against Endgame. Well, they're still playing, so they're still out there. And moving further down, we had Quick against Sparta. Sparta beating Quick 2-1. So Sparta they're in 11th place at the moment. So they are considering them. They're looking at their march into the top 8, if they can get into the top 8. Loka and A1N1. Well, they're still playing as well. They only went out shortly. Which means Raid and APA are... they've only just started, so we won't know. The same with the others. So what I'll do, I'll play a couple of replays, and we'll wait until we get all the results in. So let me just have a webcam off. Let me see if I've got any replays, because people send me replays. Have I got any replays? Please let me have replays. I've got one here. I've already showed you Adactivo. That's realistic, that's no good. I can show you that one, level 2 trading. I think that's an STB1, I'm not sure. Okay. So let's play this one first. This is a Raptor in a VK 100-01. I've never seen these replays. These are what people send me, so I don't know. I'll also check my emails, just in case. No, nobody's sent me any replays on... No, nobody's sent me any replays on my email, so I've got these on Discord. So let's see how this one is. Like I said, I haven't seen these replays, and I'm running out of replays because I'm doing 3 streams a day at the moment across 3 servers. You generally run out of replays, unfortunately. And I myself haven't had time to play the game. Well, I have, but not much. Well... Devil said that, Spitfires, not me. Devil said that. So I just want to make that clear. Nothing to do with me. And this time I remembered it was Peepoo Plat. I didn't say platoon once. I said Plat. As in platinum. I did say that. Repeatedly a few times. Oh, this is a 2-on-1, but... Oh, that's a... Why HE rolling to the back of a VK? Okay, that's an interesting call. To be honest, Kenneth, in these players' hands, they would make an Electo look like it needed an armor nerf. Seriously. Never trust anything a pro player says. They make every tank look good. Except a low tier, funnily enough. 9 times out of 10, the pro players are absolutely pants in the low tiers. I'm serious. Anything below tier 7, they're absolutely shocking. I'm joking, by the way. Oh, now I understand why he fired HE into the back of the VK. Because he's an ISU. however. 4.4k, 2.6 blocked. That's nice. Nice. Great little mastery. Let's play one more and see if we've got any results. No, they don't play on PC. Touch only. This is true, I'm telling you, it's true. I'm not joking. Exactly, that's the problem, Fompard. They do that. They can make them look good. I mean, seriously, guys, you look at their stats on the likes of Blitz Stars. I mean, it's scary good. I mean, it's not just purple stats, which is super unicorn, but it's purple, unbelievable stats. You know, I mean, win rates are between anything between 4,000 and 6,000 on certain tanks. Average damage of 3k plus. I mean, this is just, you know, crazy stuff that these guys can do. I mean, the thing is, when you watch the clan wars, like you're watching now, sometimes it looks like they're playing like complete nupties. They're actually not, and you have to appreciate. I mean, they're playing against guys who are equally as good in a lot of respects. And the mistakes we mere mortals, make in the game when we play regular, you know, they can lead to a little bit of HP. When these guys make mistakes, it's magnified by like 1,000. So, I mean, because their mistakes are punished by the opposite team, and really punished. And that's the thing. I mean, it's a completely different style of play that these guys do. You know, so sometimes it looks like, oh, you know, they played that badly. But, yeah, you can't read anything into it, to be honest with you. It may be that the strat just didn't work or anything. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting platooning with one of the pros. I mean, I'm in Vale. I'm in the Vale clan, which is a top 8 clan. At the moment, it's not. It's a top 16 clan, but generally speaking, realistically, we're a top 8 clan. And so I get to tune with a lot of the clan members who are obviously pros and really good. And yeah, they sort of make it look easy. Let's put it that way. And it's interesting to watch how they play the game, to be fair. the shots they make, the positions they go to, their foresight, their reactions, everything. It's just scary how good these guys actually are. And sometimes we take it for granted when we're watching them in clan wars like this, because sometimes they can be it can be made to look mediocre when seriously it isn't. I mean, if anybody's ever played a quick tour and been shoved up against not even a top 8 team, but say a top 16 team, and you know you're not at that level, then it's absolutely a pushover. Now, I've played in quick tours on NA where I'm a member of Joker at a top 8 clan, and in the EU, not just with Zenith, but not just with Vale, but also with Immor. And when you're up against these bigger clans, these other equal top 8 clans, it's really nervy. So, but I'm a nab. I'm not a pro player by any stretch of the imagination. So I sort of get nervous with it. You know, it's you tighten up on the iPad and everything. So, but these guys are doing it like all the time. You know, they're playing a lot of games, and it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough environment. It is a tough environment. It can be very stressful, and it's certainly draining. You may not think it is, but it is actually very draining. Mentally exhausting to play at this level. But it's enjoyable. I mean, Clan Wars enjoyable. That's 7.6k Heartbreaker. Oh, ouch. Ouch. It's only a first class because it's a 7.6k Heartbreaker in the STB1. That's like, ouch. Billy, what did you do? Oof. Gotta feel sorry for Billy. He's in the chat as well. He was in the chat. Gotta feel sorry for him there with that Heartbreaker. That's 7.6k. It's only a first class. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if we got any results. So, we had BPS against Reti. This is the BPS, not Gravitas. This has got Yeehor. Elysium's over there as well. Well, they're still playing, so don't know yet. They are still playing. Moving over to Group 2, Reckham against Vale. My clan, Vale. They're still playing as well, so that's... Oh no, they're not. They finished. They beat They lost to Reckham, sorry, 2-0. So they are going out tomorrow against Cash. That'll be the first game, so I forgot that. Yeah, so let's have a look again. BPS did win against Reti, 2-0. They are going out tomorrow against A1N1. So congratulations to everybody there. Carrying on down, S4W and Reti. So S4W, they beat Reti 2-0. They will go out tomorrow with Serenity, and that's who we'll be following. Further on down, Raid against APA. Raid beating APA 2-0. They will go out against Reckham tomorrow. So there we go. That's the last group. So that's it. It's all in, guys. Just want to check Vale again. Who are they going out with tomorrow? They're going out against Cash. So there you go. So that's it from me here on PYS Group Stage EU. It's been a great evening, entertaining game. The clans have been giving us some really good stuff. It's been brilliant to watch. We're back again tomorrow for the final stage, where again we'll be following Serenity and that group. So until then, guys, I'm back later with NA, for those of you who are still around, still awake, or even on the NA server, where I will be following Pramo. Fishy is also streaming NA, and he will be following Rain. So that's what we're looking for on RU. Tomorrow, well, I don't know what's going on yet. All I know is that tomorrow I will still be following Serenity, I believe. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday. wherever you are. If you're in a Monday, it could be in a Tuesday, I don't know. I'm almost in Tuesday, I'm 2 minutes away. So wherever you are, enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'd like to say a big thank you to the mods for keeping the chat a beautiful place for you guys to just chill out and watch the games rather than anything else, like focusing on toxicity. And I'd like to thank all of you for popping in and watching. Until the next time, guys, stay safe and have fun on the battlefield, because that's what it's all about. It's a game. Have fun. Bye for now.